Hello, everyone, and welcome back. You know how much I love routines. And although we are in a very unsettling phase, I am still trying to create some form of routine. Trust me, when things look chaotic, routines are your best friends. As homemakers, we juggle multiple tasks, so it's easy to get lost in the pile of work. That's when a routine provides much needed direction. In the most chaotic situations, knowing what needs to be done next gives a sense of relief and helps work proceed more smoothly. Once the kids are off to school, I take a quick bath and start my house chores. Although this is a temporary setup and not our final house, but there is still a lot of work to be done. The silver lining amidst this pile of work is that the current setup is very small. So cleaning and dusting don't feel like a big task to me. Thankfully, there is a help who comes daily to handle the mopping and sweeping, but I take on this duty every alternate day since we eat while sitting on the floor. Honestly, time feels like it's rushing these days. It's hard to stay grounded while meeting everyone's daily needs. In my last vlog, many of you praised me for my patience, but to be honest, not every day is the same. I try to remain calm and do my best, but as a human with emotions, it's sometimes hard not to lose control. Of course, I don't show all that on camera, but as an individual, a mother, and a homemaker, burnout is common. And on days like that, I prioritize my peace over work. I eat out instead of cooking, meet friends instead of staying in, play with my kids instead of sticking to study time, and nap instead of cleaning. Surprisingly, that really helps. So if you are also feeling burned out, take a break and come back stronger. Somebody asked me about my laundry routine, and I don't have a set routine as such. I do laundry every single day, sometimes even twice, and I wash and fold clothes daily. I have noticed that when I skip washing clothes, I end up overwhelmed by the laundry, which I really dislike. So I recommend doing what works best for you. I usually try to dedicate 1 hour to home chores because honestly, there is no end to them. If I don't manage my time this way, I end up working continuously and some major tasks get overlooked. Very recently, I received a comment that made me feel both sad and happy. I was happy because it was full of love and praise, but sad because it highlighted how my friend gets tired and exhausted from trying to do it all. To my friends who think they should do everything just because I do, I want to say, please don't do that. I mention in most of my vlogs that I take help whenever possible, whether it's someone cooking a meal for me, cleaning the house, or babysitting my child. Because I believe that nothing is more important than my health, both physical and mental. I don't push myself beyond a certain point and try to take as many breaks as needed, knowing that a happy and healthy mom and a homemaker contributes to a happy home and family. So, don't stress about everything to the T. Take breaks and keep yourself happy to reflect that happiness onto all. After my work is done, I take a small break with my tea. Luckily, I have found a house help here who cleans the utensils and does some basic chopping. As I mentioned, I take help whenever possible. During this break, I also do some editing for Instagram reels and videos before starting to cook lunch. Creating vlogs and content for Instagram has become a full-fledged job for me and requires as much time and commitment as my other work. However, not all days are smooth, so if I miss sending out a vlog, please understand that I might be caught up with other priorities. Since the kitchen is small, I constantly keep things back in their place to create space before cooking. Here, I also need to pack Karthik's lunchbox, so I start early to finish cooking before Dhairya comes back from school. Today, I'll make a simple menu for lunch. Aloo gobi with curry. I'll start by chopping some onions and making ginger garlic paste because everything else is done. Now in some oil, I'll add cumin seeds and crushed ginger garlic and saute it for 10 seconds. Then chopped cauliflower and saute for 30 seconds. And finally, add the chopped onions and potatoes along with some salt. I'll cook this covered while checking every 5 minutes in between. I tried making curd at home, but since the weather wasn't right, it didn't turn out well and became too sour. So I decided to make curry because curry tastes amazing with sour curd. I'll mix 2 teaspoons of besan and some turmeric into the 2 cups of sour curd and whisk it well. Then I'll add 2 cups of water. Keep stirring the aloo gobi, otherwise it will stick to the bottom. Now I'll add some peas and cook for last few minutes. For the curry, in some ghee, I'll add mustard seeds and crushed garlic and saute it well. Now I'll add red chili powder and garam masala powder and saute it for 10 seconds before adding the curry mix. Aloo gobi is done, and now add red chili powder, garam masala, coriander powder and black pepper powder and mix the spices well. In the end, add chopped tomatoes. Close the stove and cover the vessel for allowing tomatoes to soften in the remaining heat. Curry is simmering, so I'll quickly chop some salad. I'll keep a very simple seasoning of salt and black pepper in the salad. Thankfully, I don't have to pack the tiffin early in the morning. There is a porter who picks up the tiffin and gives it to Karthik later. So, I cook lunch at the usual time. Now that everything is ready, I'll pack it all into the lunchbox. Kadhi is also done, so in the end goes salt and chopped coriander leaves and pack everything. Once Dhaire is back, I feed him immediately. Rutvi comes back after 2 hours, so I wait for her to return so we can have lunch together. In the meantime, I do some editing tasks. Tej festivities were going on in the neighborhood and Karthik insisted we step out to stroll around. We decided to have our dinner at Haldiram's since I was craving for some scrumptious North Indian chaats and wanted to play safe instead of exploring anything new. Everything looked so pretty and exciting. I ordered my favorite Raj Kachori. I felt like I was having it after years. Rutvi wanted to have usual masala dosa, and with Dhaire, we always feed him at home before leaving. His palate is not up for outside spicy food, and it's hard to feed him properly in public places. And lastly, Karthik wanted to have chole bhature. I feel over the years, the taste of Haldiram's chole bhature has remained consistent. It was a soul satisfying feast, and we all gobbled everything in no time. The store also had a lot of Rakhi hampers. I liked the hamper idea a lot and thinking to send one to my brother too. After dinner, we were taking a stroll and an artist from Udaipur had put an exhibition of handmade paintings next to Haldiram. Each piece was so beautiful and involved so much hard work. This artist was a member of self-help group and each purchase contributes to local artisans. He was kind enough to show his art with so much patience and excitement. I also picked a few pieces for myself and can't wait to place them in the new house. The next day, I had a video shoot scheduled with the professional team for the Big Basket channel. So I headed to the shoot location. The kids were with Karthik at home, so I was free from worry. He is my biggest strength and I can't thank him enough for supporting me in everything that I do or wish for. It was a Rakhi video and the setup was according to the theme. Who knew a homemaker who started by shooting home videos with a phone would ever experience a professional shoot like this? So today stands true that never stop dreaming or aiming high. The shoot went for good 3 hours. I was quite tired but enjoyed it and learned a lot. And with that, I will end the vlog here. If you enjoyed watching, remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Also, join me on Instagram for behind the scenes content and stay tuned for my next vlog coming soon.